everyone, this is Globku and Sylaia. We are Magical Noob taking a look at Bioshock Infinite.
Hello!
Take 2, because someone is an idiot and can't record his own voice.
Yeah, I could do that, just delete it.
Right, Bioshock Infinite. It's a story-driven first-person shooter with
It's
superpowers.
awesome!
It is awesome. It's all about the story, though.
Everything about
I know
the
it's a
story.
first-person shooter. I know there's superpowers.
But it's all about the story.
It's all about the story. It is a prequel to the previous games. Not exactly a prequel because it stands well on its own.
It has nothing to do with the first one and the second one.
It is on the same universe, but, you know, absolutely new characters. I would still recommend you play the first game because, you know, you might recognize some stuff on Bioshock Infinite, but it's not, like, needed for you to understand the story at all.
No, it's just gonna have a different impact in, let's say, the ending.
And not only the ending. There's some
there's something
some dialogues that you kind of I see you got that from There's some new stuff gameplay wise.
Everything
it's not just
is
a story
actually
that
new.
you
know what I mean.
You still hold a weapon on the right hand and you have powers on your left
He's still
hand.
right-handed, yeah, that's true.
You're still right-handed, unless you're throwing powers. In that case, you're not right-handed. But this time you can only hold 2 weapons at the same time. Previously, you could scroll through all the weapons you collect. Now you can only hold 2 weapons at a time. But you can swap weapons with any weapons on the ground.
Do you like that? Or do you like you have all the weapons?
I like that because on previous Bioshocks I always went for the same weapon, and when I ran out of bullets I would get angry because I would have to use a different one. In here I use so many different weapons that you have to be good with all of them, especially in the harder difficulties. Because on the easier difficulties, you always have bullets for the weapons that you're holding. Because there's a lot more resources just laying around, and the guys die quicker, so they don't require as many bullets to be spent. On harder difficulties, I feel like I empty a clip every time I kill someone. It's like, I draw my pistol, I know I'm gonna have to reload after killing a guy.
So which weapon did you have the most in the entire game?
My first playthrough, probably the machine gun, because of the achievement.
Okay, of course, with your
requires 150 kills, although the other weapons require less kills. Of course, the RPG and the volley gun, those kind of explosive weapons, those are my favorites. Yeah.
Carbine and the RPG, of course, for the big guys. I love one-shot weapons.
Since you play a lot more shooters than I do, I would like to get your opinion on Bioshock's shooting mechanics.
It was actually so good. I didn't use the magic as much.
As much as what? As the previous game?
No. As instead of the Vigor. The word for that? Vigor.
The magics. The new magics are called Vigors.
I'm more of a weapon guy. Sometimes I use the Vigor just to try it out, the achievements, so on. But else, I actually just levitate them with the horse Vigor. And then just shot them. I didn't combine the Vigor, so yeah. I don't have as much achievements as you do, but I have the one for the weapons.
You can get away with it on the lower difficulties, definitely.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
I find myself relying more on Vigors on now that I'm playing the game again on a harder difficulty.
Yeah, they're trying to do that with the harder difficulty, because there's not as much ammo on the ground.
Now, in previous games, your Vigors, you had some Vigors that were traps, and you kind of had to select that Vigor to throw a trap. Now, every Vigor that you have is a trap. If you press the Vigor button, you throw the Vigor, or launch it, like throw a grenade or whatever. And if you hold the Vigor button, it creates a trap from that same Vigor. So every Vigor has a different trap.
No.
And this is a mechanic,
No, not all Vigors is a trap, if you hold it.
Give me an example.
The charge and the water. The water is the...
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not all the Vigors, yeah. So there are 8 Vigors total, 6 of them do traps, and the other 2 do an alternate Vigor thing. Yeah. You're right.
No, actually, 3 is not a trap.
Oh, god damn it. What?
Where you absorb bullets. And you throw
No, that is a trap.
It's a trap if you didn't hit enemies?
Yeah, he throws it on the ground.
Okay, damn it.
You cannot win all the battles.
Oh.
I kind of like this new Vigor trap system, because previously I didn't go to the Vigor traps at all. And not that I used a lot of traps on my first playthrough. Now that the game is harder, as I'm playing on my second playthrough, I find myself using more traps. I find them more useful now. But you have a different opinion.
I just headshot all of them.
But you like the traps better on the previous games.
Yeah. Totally. I can see where it's gonna be placed. In this game, it's just you throw it and you hope it's gonna land in the area you're gonna put it, or you want it. I mean, of course, if you stand right next to it, but if you don't have the time to prepare yourself, yeah, I like the other trap system better.
You can kind of see the crow's trap, but I think that's the only one that shows where it's gonna fall.
Yeah, that's the only one.
And now you have a shield, just Halo type shield that regenerates when you're not being hit. When the enemy shoots you, your shield takes damage. When your shield breaks, that's when your health starts taking damage.
And be prepared to get a yellow screen.
Yeah, you get a yellow screen every time the shield breaks, and that is kind of annoying. And when the shield starts to regenerate as well. But I got used to it pretty quickly. And
my eyes hurt.
Really? I've always been a fan of this Halo type shields, so I'm glad they included it.
Halo? Are you comparing it with Halo?
Yeah, it's a Halo type shield.
Okay.
It's the first game that I remember that did that kind of shield.
Yeah, and the way you actually upgrade those things is you find bottles throughout the game, hidden or right in front of you, where you can choose.
Kind of a collectible thing going on. There are like 40 bottles. Wait, let me do the math. 25, I think.
Yeah. Don't ask me my math.
I think it's 25 bottles that exist total, and each time you find one of those, you can upgrade either your shield, your health, or your mana, or salt, as it's called.
Salt
on this game. Salt. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of a neat upgrade system. You don't need you can get away without finding too many of those on lower difficulties, but
depends on
you
your
kind of want
ability and FP again.
Exactly. And now there's a melee button as well. You don't have to change to a melee weapon like the monkey wrench on the first game and the drill on the second game. Now there's actually a separate melee button.
And an execution. And if you don't like blood, don't execute people. Just a warning.
The enemies show kind of a little skull, and if you hold the melee button, it does an execution. It doesn't give you anything extra for doing the execution.
No,
except
blood.
Except blood and personal satisfaction.
Yeah, if you're that type of guy.
And you got skylines now. They serve as transportation from moving from one place to another, but they also are usable on combat. Sometimes you're on a combat area, and there are skylines that you can easily jump on and off, and shoot enemies while moving on the skyline, and jump on top of enemies' heads, which is just extremely satisfying for me.
Yeah, and be prepared when you meet the big guys, like the handyman. You can't just swing around on them.
The handyman are tough.
Yeah, I found out later on. Why the fuck did he jump off it automatically? But it's the handyman that shocks the whole line, and I didn't know that.
Really? But because the game gives you an annotation saying that, actually.
I did.
The first time you have a skyline and a handyman on the same map, it says, "Careful, handyman may shock the skylines."
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
And they do tons of damage. Now, in this game, you have a companion that accompanies you throughout basically the whole game. Her name is Elizabeth. And she's also a factor into the gameplay. Now, she can open tears, which are portals to other worlds, and those tears they can bring new weapons, like let's say you need a shotgun, it can bring a shotgun. You need some hook to move with your skyline thing, can give you that, can give you cover, can give you a turret.
And even companions, allies.
Yeah,
mechanic allies.
You don't get to choose what it's gonna do. It's like on each combat area there are like 5 or 6 things that you can activate. You can only activate one at a time, so you kind of have to choose between what's available at the time. It's not like, now I want an ally! Go! No.
But then the cover is gonna be removed.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Which one do you want to
activate the ally, the cover's gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it plays very well. I like the tears.
It's just annoying. Before you enter an area, you can see if there's gonna be combat, because there's terrorists.
Yeah,
everywhere.
If you see the tears, you know that's gonna be combat. It kind of ruins the surprise.
Yeah, it needs to be when it shows up when you enter combat. Instead
if it was like that,
yeah,
if it was, it would be a nice solution. And Elizabeth also throws you stuff in the middle of combat. Like, if you're low on health, she'll throw you health. If you're low on ammo, she'll throw you ammo.
Yeah, I like that.
It's not like she's there every
random
time
items.
to save your life.
So when I have full health, she's throwing me health.
Yeah, no, she knows what you need.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean she's gonna have it, but she might. She might have it. Yeah.
Is it something she found on the ground, or is it just randomly? All of a sudden, she just throw it.
No. You're asking if you missed a bottle of salts, if she's gonna throw you that same bottle of salts?
Yeah, she's gonna pick it up and then...
Nah, I think it's something extra.
Oh, okay.
Just like the money when you're just free roaming around Colombia.
Okay.
She finds money that you couldn't find. There was no way. She just throws you extra money, which is always good. I like extra money. Right, our favorite thing about this game is definitely the mind-fucking blowing narrative. The story is just a mindfuck, and a good kind of mindfuck.
It's a good kind.
The very good kind.
Yeah. What's the difference between a bad and a good mindfuck?
Antechamber?
Okay. Okay, I see.
Not to this antechamber. It's a different kind of mindfuck. I went into this game with very high expectations. I saw every review giving it close to perfect, if not perfect scores. So when I started playing, I was like, this game is gonna be so awesome! And it didn't disappoint. So don't worry if we hype the game too much. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's not gonna disappoint you.
Not at all.
I felt all the time that the story was taking me in one direction. And then it just slaps me across the face. I'm like, oh my god! And then it slaps me again. And then you kind of stare at the credits for half an hour and wonder what you just saw and think about everything that you played. It took me 9 hours to beat the game on normal. So you kind of rethink all those 9 hours, taking into consideration the ending, and you're like, I gotta play this game again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good thing about it, when you hit the end, you got the feeling, I want more, and I can see there is a season pass on Steam, so there's gonna be more.
There's gonna be DLC.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch the story though.
No?
It's so perfect for me, you know. I don't want them to.
You don't want them to ruin it.
Maybe they can do like side stories. I would be okay with that.
But don't
like now this is the story of this character. How this happened, because there are actually some holes in the story, and I don't know if those holes are like where they just let the player's imagination fill the holes, and it is kind of creating some discussion on the internet, like some theories about this and that. Of course, we won't go into details because we'd ruin everything.
And we don't spoil.
We don't spoil. No, you can count on us to not spoil.
Yeah. And on the way in the campaign, you find suits, not suits, but parts like chest, hat, boots, and pants.
Equipment, yeah.
Equipment, yeah. It does different things, but that I don't know if I've just read it wrong, but it was buggy for me. It didn't put the one on that I chose it, and it didn't tell me that I could press O to change it.
Yeah, on the PC it doesn't tell you that there's an in-game menu. I don't know if that's the case for the consoles. But if on the PC, if you press O, you go into an in-game menu where you can manage the gear that you got so far. I also had that problem on my first playthrough, but I'm pretty sure that was because I wasn't familiarized enough with that menu. Because now I have no problem on my second playthrough. Yeah, I've switched my hat twice, so no problem there, no problem whatsoever. I like the main character, Booker, mainly because he's not a good guy in my eyes. He's a terrible person, but you still like him.
But you still like him.
You're playing as the guy, so you have to like him. And Elizabeth is also a very likable character, you know.
Yeah, I like she's walking around. She's always doing something instead of just standing still and look
the world feels so alive, dude. It's just there's life everywhere. Visually, the soundtrack. Right at the start, there's something. Do you remember that barbershop quartet that just was singing God Only Knows from the Beach Boys?
Yeah.
So the game takes place in 1912. The Beach Boys are from the 60s. You can kind of tell there's something wrong from the start. Bioshock, man. The world is so great. The universe. God.
We loved it.
Yeah. My favorite characters are the Lutesses.
Yeah,
the guy and the girl. They are sort of comic relief for the game. And they show up at the most random places. And
saying the most random things.
Most awesome characters ever.
Even more than Elizabeth?
I like the Luteces more than Elizabeth. Yeah.
Okay, me too.
You can tell a lot of work went into Elizabeth. You can see many facial expressions on her. You can see that because she's your companion through the whole game, a lot of work has been put into her, so the game doesn't feel like a constant escort mission. Because Elizabeth can take care of herself, you don't need to protect her in combat, and she's actually useful in combat. It's not like she kills enemies, but she goes and hides.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about choices yet, did we?
No.
I think we gotta talk about choices.
Okay.
Now, there are some choices in this game, but it's more like an illusion of choice. It's not like you're altering a path or anything. On the previous Bioshock games, you had different endings. This one has only one single ending. And I guess because it's so powerful that it would be very hard to make two different endings with the same kind of power that this one has. Maybe.
Yeah.
But all the choices that you make, they don't influence the story at all. They might change a thing here or there. Close to the beginning, you choose a necklace for Elizabeth. The necklace that you choose, she's going to be carrying that throughout the whole game. But that's just appearance. That's not going to change.
Yeah, in the
maybe a
beginning,
dialogue,
maybe
a dialogue option here and there, but I don't know.
Okay. I actually thought it was a cage and a singing bird. I actually thought it meant freedom and prison or something like that.
Yeah, everyone chose freedom, probably.
Of
you know.
Course. The bird.
I chose the cage on my second playthrough. So far, it's been the same.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's more of an illusion, which kind of bums me out. I kind of wish they didn't even give me the illusion. Like, for stuff like the Elizabeth Scholar, that's fine. I mean, that's of no importance. But stuff like letting a character live or die, and then the only difference in the story is like one line of dialogue that is completely irrelevant to the whole plot. Yeah, kind of wish they didn't do that. And there's only one ending, but it's so good that you're not going to want any other ending.
It's enough. Yeah.
It is definitely enough. Right, so this is Game of the Year material, right?
It's definitely mine.
Oh, easy. 2013.
Yeah,
still.
So far.
Yeah, but so far, this is definitely Game of the Year material, guys. And if you don't play this, you either are really not into this type of game, or
dumbass.
You're missing out. You're really missing out. If you like a good story, just put the game on easy. The shooting won't even bother you. And that's my final review.
What he said.
Right. If you like this video, thumbs up is always appreciated. Subscribe for more videos like this. I've been Globku, here with Sylaia.
Thank you, and goodbye.
What he said.